So really quickly, this lovely couple showed up on my news feed. I don't know who they are. I'm not subscribed. I just like the video, but I have this to say. When it comes to Black men being upset at Black women who are sovereign, Black women who are swirlers, Black women who are divested, Black women who are deciding that they need to open, because most Black women they date, marry, procreate Black only, by and large, right? More so than Black men, more so that we are the most racially segregated people when it comes to romantic relationships of any group in America. Let's get that clear. We are the most romantically segregated. We are the least likely to date, marry, and procreate out. There's a small minority of Black women who are starting to expand their horizons, and many of them look like her. She and I are both Black women with African heritage. She and I look different. Can you spot the difference? I feel like this is Dora the Explorer. Can you spot the difference? This woman, especially when it comes to her features, is arguably more attractive than me. I mean, she's very symmetrical. She's got amazing eyes, cheekbones, bone structure. Good God, she's thin, she's fit. I can see her collarbone. But we have different hair and skin colors. She's not the preference for Black men. Why are you upset about women who you don't prefer, who you don't want to be with, going to be with men who want to be with them? The reason I wanted to share her is because I saw this, God, the way that he looks at her, the way that he looks at her. There's a love look. There are so many times on my channel where I refer to my relationship with Mr. Uppity, and I try to teach women what the trappings of love are. And this video is on mute. You can't hear what they're saying. You can't hear what they're talking about. I'm not going to play the fullness of their content because it's for you to go to their channel and figure that out and support them. But like, there's a look. And sometimes a man will be looking at you and you don't even notice the way that he's looking at you, and his breath is taken away. That's the look of love. At the beginning of this video, which I didn't start it from the beginning, he couldn't stop smiling. This man is sitting next to a woman he sees every day and still can't stop smiling. There's no, oh, I got tired of her. I got tired of sleeping with her. I got tired of woo, woo, woo. I just, you know, things that I've heard Black men say about why they don't stay, in relationships, and why they move on, and how they eventually get bored or tired of a woman and they need something different, right? There are men who can look at you that way for a lifetime. And I'm not being, I was with a Black man who looked at me like that every day. So I just want to be very clear, you know, love knows no color. What I'm trying to say is, I know that I'm looking at a beautiful woman. I know that I'm looking at a woman who has no need to be a catfish. I know that I'm looking at a woman with a beautiful everything, who can cam up and who's not some camera coward, right? She can cam up and show who she is because she's beautiful, because she's confident, because she's a good person, because she is you know, she is who she wants to be. This is just their whole vibe is just love and happiness. But this is the same, like, she could easily be, a content creator in this sector who was talking about, colorism and featureism and ageism in the Black community. She could very easily be one of these women. But she's been in this relationship for however long. You can go and, look at the video and find out. But honestly, like, and see, I know somebody like Deacons of Defense with his high yellow self. I know that he would find this sister beautiful. Without a doubt, I know that he would see her in her fullness. But the truth is, his perspective is a minority among Black men. And there are Black men who may find her beautiful, but not marriage material. Even though she has all the trappings of a wife, but for them, they need complexion. They need a certain complexion. They need a certain hair type. They need a certain X, Y, Z. That is very, superficial. And I'm just like, if the majority of swirlers, right? Because she looks like, you know, when we talked about Crystalline Carrison being the prototype, that thin chocolate, you know, woman that a lot of white men are attracted to. This woman, her and Crystalline look different, but they fit the same aesthetic. They fit the same aesthetic as far as like being thin and trim, all that beautiful clear dark skin, and natural hair, right? These are the women our community makes fun of for no reason. They can be the sweetest person. They will still be mocked, dragged, talked about. You can be sitting on the bus and some guy will be like, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, but I don't work dark skinned girls like that." And you didn't ask. You didn't elicit the information, solicit the information. You didn't say anything. They will just offer you that, and they feel some type of proud about copying a squat on your ego, on your self-esteem, on your self-image, and it's just like, for what? I mean, get a good look at her. And it's crazy because I know for a lot of men, when they see her seated next to a white man, all of a sudden now they can tell that she's beautiful. All of a sudden now they can tell that she's got amazing lips and great teeth, and she's all decent and carries herself well, doesn't use swear words, is educated, is domesticated. Um, all of a sudden, you can tell all of that because she's sitting next to a white man. But if she's walking down the street, if you are an honest human being, if you are an honest African American, you know that this is the sister who gets played to the left within the Black community. Now, I do also want to say this sister is not an African American, this sister is an African. Okay. However, same thing. Same thing, same colorism, same featureism, same system of preferences, period. This video doesn't need to be any longer, but this is just a perfect example of you didn't want her anyway. So why are you upset? You weren't going to pick her anyway. You would pick her daughter, whatever child she creates with this man here, you would prefer that the outcome of this relationship over the woman creating, that child. And these women, they're just saying, okay, you don't like dark skin, you don't like my hair, you don't like my, okay, and bye. I don't see how that's problematic. This woman, if she was waiting for a Black man, she might not get picked. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I mean, there might be some drug dealer who has aged it, out of the game and doesn't understand the new technology, who might marry her to take her money and to use her resources. But he's going to be somewhere, looking at a mixed woman on IG wishing she was her. And it's just cutting out the middleman. Like, here, let me go ahead and situate you with your mixed chick, with your, person who marks all the colorist boxes, and bye. I would go as far as to say is that because of her facial features, she's objectively attractive. I mean, just when it comes to symmetry, femininity, what a feminine feature should look like, should not look like, XYZ. I think that she is more conventionally attractive than the man that she's with. But in our community, hair texture and skin color is going to play a role. And it's going to play a role as a demerit, as an infraction on your worth. Tell me I'm lying.